Well, there she is, folks. My wife and I, we finally did it. 20 acres of our very own. 10 years of marriage and 5 years of saving every penny, and we made the final payment last month. This 20 acres is ours. We had currently been managing 119 acres and renting there, but it just feels different when you own it. So we went from 119 to 20, but now we know that every improvement we make is going to be a direct benefit to us. I always took pride in fixing up what we were doing and making things better, even just as a manager, but it's just different when it's yours. So we're going to do a lot of things here. This was a pine plantation. The previous owners, they had it logged off, but they left patches of pine, which I sure appreciate, because we're going to incorporate that into our yard, and we're going to have, so our driveway is actually going to get moved over here. We want it centrally located on our barnyard area. So we'll give you a short tour of what we're going to do, and then we're going to update it as we go. So we got all these trees. Our driveway is just probably going to go, see that horse in there, it's going to go straight in here. Now we've got a cluster of pines there. That'll be part of the yard. These pines here, they're going to be in one pasture, so they'll provide shade during real hot months. There's my neighbor. And then back in there, there's a nice cluster of pines. Might be hard to pick out in this video, but that cluster is going to be part of the yard as well, probably where we'll put our campfire. So we'll take you a walk through here. Really excited. I've been this was a rent to own, so I've had animals and been working this property for quite a few years already. I rented it before. We rented it, and then for 5 years, then it was rent to own. So our forage is very rich. These forage rings you see is because we're staking out. I've got a young stallion. I don't want him in the main herd, and I don't have good enough fences to keep him away from the mares, so he's staked out. And this gelding here, he can't be in the herd while the breeding stallion's out there, or the breeding stallion will try to kill him. He sees him as competition, so he's staked out. They get moved twice a day and watered. But this will be my driveway. We're going to have, this is north, that's northwest. So in here we're going to have a barn and storage building, garage type thing. On the other side of this gravel area, we want another barn. It'll be a long open-faced barn with sliding doors, possibly over here. And then in the middle in here is all going to be a big gravel pad. So we're going back into where we're going to put the house. And for now, kind of a quick move. Once we bought this property and it was ours and paid off and we got the deed, it's like, we just don't want to wait any longer. We're going to move on that, whether we got to, buy a trailer house or whatever, because the sooner we get moved, you start looking at them rent dollars and you're like, boy, land's paid off. We won't have that $700 a month payment no more, and then other expenses of living there. But we're going to put a gravel pad in here, buy a cheap trailer house, and move in, while we save money for a big old house. So we're still cleaning out. This whole area, we cleaned this up over 2 Saturdays. It had trees just like that. So those trees, that's to the north. We're kind of thinking along that open area, we make our chicken yard there. House here, and over here you can see some of these trees I just trimmed to a certain point. We don't want to be overzealous. We'd rather keep too many trees for the yard, have to cut more down later, because it's a lot easier to cut that 20-year-old tree down than it is to plant a 20-year-old tree. But we're going to thin this out through here. This is all going to be yard. And we're going to take you to the pine trees where we're going to build our outdoor cooking area, campfire, hot water heater, and what all. So we're hoping to take some videos of this stuff as we go and share with y'all. So we got this beautiful ring of trees that we're going to have to prune some of them. This one is dead. These are Scotch pine. They're as a pine tree goes, this was a Christmas tree plantation. But, you know, for lumber, Scotch pine tend to grow more crooked, but there's some nice ones in here. But we just thought, clean out this, it's really rough in here. When we're digging dirt for our driveway and stuff, we want to bring soil in here, cover up the exposed roots, and just level this off so it's a beautiful yard in here. I mean, it's a good 40 feet across. And this will just be our summertime hangout, lawn chairs, you name it. It's gonna be a pretty spot. So we got about 5-6 acres of top land here. Then we got the bottom land, and in the back we have a creek. We got quite a bit of creek footage because it takes a big loop through our property. But here's the bottom land down here. I've got trails cut, but there's a lot of swamp holes that I'm going to have to try and dry up, I guess. Don't look like much of a trail right now. These are basically just nice in the winter. I mean, down there you got cattails. Over here ain't bad, but this time of year we had a lot of rain. It's wet. Firewood. The Dutch elm disease is sure hard on everything. Forgive the quality of my videos here. I'm practicing, and this here had been my firewood landing spot when we bring it up that hill over the years. And over there you can see where the opening is. That's our property line. That's where the property's going. Where we live now, and this is where we're gonna live. So we got a river. People call it a creek, but it's a big creek. When you get any bigger, it's a small river. And then we have a drainage creek. I'm going to walk this way and show you guys. So yeah, we're going to have this will be the house area, then we're going to have a yard. And on this side of the pines, we're going to have a garden. And that side there is going to be a nice pasture with shade in it. Maybe thinking of putting hogs over there, but I don't want that many hogs, so we'll rotate the cattle through. The cattle are going to be, horse and cattle are going to be down in here. Then on this side of the yard, there's going to be more field, and I want to walk you guys down to a little drainage creek that comes through this corner. This creek is draining a big swamp. It originates in a big swamp just to the northeast of me. On really dry years, it will dry up. My river never dries up, but this creek will dry up. But it's just another source of water for the animals, and it's just, I like running water. I like all water, ponds. The more natural water, the better. Well, I don't know about the more. You could buy a lake. It'd be hard to live in it.